What's up, you guys? It is Simone, aka Money Moan here, and we are back with another season of Triple M's. Yeah, I've been waiting to say this. Cap my tag.
That's just me. Ain't no spiteful, I'm just deep. Can't hate a bitch for free.
Talking them off the bench like Brady.
You don't find that suspicious?
Hey, my tag board go crazy.
That
The tag board goes crazy, you guys. But Clubhouse rules: we're not gonna do no Dodger slander, no Lakers slander, no Rams slander, and we do not tolerate the hate in women's sports. Just in case y'all forgot, and this for y'all newbies. But the W is back, you guys. We are back, and we're gonna talk about the W. It's currently week 1 right now. It's currently week 1 of the W, and I want to promote the games that's going to be on national television, okay? And the games tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to put an abstract. It's Friday night right now, okay? But the games tomorrow, a.k.a. Saturday, Fever versus the Liberty at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Who?
Ooh! And the Sparks versus the Aces at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I was not ready for that.
Wait, so they playing back-to-back, Fever and Liberty?
Yeah.
This is not good.
Flicks, we're not about to get into this because this is normal. This is normal in the W. Especially it's going to be more back-to-backs early just because it's an Olympic year.
Well, the last game they played, they lost by like 30 points, right?
Damn. Hey, none of my business. But they play back-to-back.
Thank you, Kathy.
we gonna talk about Kathy a little bit, okay? But before we really get into it, I just want to give my flowers and huge congratulations to Candace Parker for her retirement. The fact that she made such an impact to the game by making positionless basketball a real thing. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have no Breanna Stewarts. We wouldn't have these dynamic athletes and these players. But we also got to give another bomb because she is the president of Adidas basketball. That's huge. And I could see some more girls from the W getting some Adidas pub, some Adidas run, all right?
Black power.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So, let's get into it. Flix, you want to talk about these rookies?
Let's get into the rookies.
Okay.
Caitlin Clark, she came out. She's supposed to be the biggest rookie since, like, Candace Parker. And she...
I can't believe you fixed your lips to say that.
Yeah.
But okay, continue.
That's what they say. So,
Okay.
she didn't have a very good first game. She didn't shoot very efficiently.
Okay.
What do we think about her first game?
It's the first game. Like, you're gonna have bumps in the road, and this is what Diana Taurasi was saying by like reality is coming. Like, when Caitlin was at Iowa, the game was flowing to her easily because she's playing girls at her level. Now you're playing against grown women that's been doing this since you was in diapers, low key. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different type of ball game, but she's going to adjust. She's going to be great. She's going to have good games this season, but this first game was just like, okay, like, I know what I need to do. But for me, the one thing that's keeping her on the floor is her passing because she is a skilled point guard, but the 10 turnovers is unacceptable, and I just want her to clean up the turnovers this season. Like, her assist to turnover ratio should be great this season. That's what I really want to see because I know she could shoot. I know she could score, but she needs to eventually over time learn to create her shot. And I want to see better assist to turnover ratio. Next rookie.
But how is Caitlin Clark and Leah Boston supposed to work? Because Leah Boston, she was a rookie of the year.
This
She
is
returns.
casual flicks.
She's like, in my opinion, like the Shaq of WNBA. She's like that dominant inside the post. And then we got Caitlin Clark outside here. Do you think their games mesh?
Yes. Who wouldn't want a dominant post and a dominant shooter? Because as the opposing team, you have to pick your poison. Like, do I want to guard the perimeter or do I want to guard the inside? That's a good inside-out game. It works. A great shooter and a great post player, it works. But I see what you're saying, though, as far as, like, who can you run the ball to? But when you're in a set, it's for anybody, really. It's not like they're running specific plays, really, for Aaliyah Boston, unless it's a mismatch or something. And that's the difference between, like, regular basketball and high-level basketball because they're running sets. And it's like whoever wants to eat type of thing. But I think it works, Flicks. You just gotta see it through. You gotta see it through.
It's still debatable, but it's a good piece of evidence.
Okay, that was casual flicks. Because I just need y'all to tell Flicks in the comments that having a good shooter and a dominant post player works, because I need to get him to understand that, and I feel like I'm gonna be sending him clips throughout the season to show that it works.
All right, so speaking of a dominant post presence, talk about the Chicago Sky. They're rebuilding. They have Camila Cardoso, who is actually injured right now. But
Yeah.
the other rookie is playing. Angel Reese is playing.
Yeah.
And she has like full go for the Sky team. What do we expect out of her, and what have we been seeing out of her?
I didn't really get to see the game because I don't have the WNBA app, and I only catch the national television games, okay? But I've seen highlights and I've seen the box score. Like I said on the live, I want her to develop an outside game. If she develops an outside game, she'll be able to get in that mid-post area she likes to be in, because she stretches the floor out. She gives the defense something to really sit and play defense, because when you're playing in the W, or just basketball in general, after like 3 to 5 games, the team has to scout. They're going to know your top 3 moves. They're going to know which one's your weak hand. They're going to know your go-to move. So in order for her to be as great as I want her to be, I want her to develop the 3 and be confident with the 3, not just shoot the 3 because she's wide open. But I want her to get the ball, be like, yeah, it's mine. So I want her to just work on the outside game more, and I want her to work on her outside perimeter defense more. Because when Cardoso's back, and then if you want both of them to be in the game, Cardoso is in the paint. 6'8", you're in the paint. Shot blocker. Angel Reese could be inside too, but it's kind of like, what if you're playing against like a Liberty and they run a 4 out, 1 in? You know what I'm saying? So I think those are the only 2 things she really needs to work on. But I like the confidence.
So let's move it on. You know, even from speaking from Angel Reese, another big, we got Cameron Brink. How you feel about Cameron Brink?
I like Cameron Brink with the set that the Sparks run, because she has the inside game, she has the outside game, and she slashes. I just think over time she has to get her weight up in the weight room, and that will happen. That will happen over time. To me, she seems all around for like what the Sparks are running. Now it's just, let's see if she's consistent and keeps making an impact.
Yeah, I mean, those are the big rookies. Any other rookies you had in mind?
Come on now. My other one from the Sparks, Rakia. Come on, man. Rakia Jackson, man. Come on.
She could go.
A pro. Like I said in the chat, she a pro. She's a pro. Like, y'all was like, oh, I don't know. A pro. I had to send people highlights because people was like, why are we drafting her? She's a pro. That's why. Like, I've been tapped in with her since she was at Mississippi State. And then when she transferred to Tennessee, cold. 6'2", can play. Like, she kind of reminds you of a Jordan Horton, but like with like a Carmelo Anthony type of scoring set when it comes to like the mid-range game. She could go. She's a pro. Next rookie.
I like her game. I mean, even while we're here right now, let's talk about the Sparks a little bit. What you think about the Sparks? They're going to be a really young team this year.
I think they're still in they have to find their identity just because Nick is gone. So like this is a time for them to find their new identity, because your core marquee players gone. Jordan Canada is not there anymore. But they still have good guards. They have Kia Nurse. Lexi Brown is back. Hopefully she could be that scoring threat that the Sparks need. And Zaya Cook, I know she's been in the gym putting in work, and I expect her to be double-double almost every game. Like, she needs to be a presence for the Sparks in order for them to be in the mix, be a playoff contender.
A lot of ifs for the Sparks, man.
Yeah.
They'll get there one day.
Flicks is a hater. Flicks.
They'll get there.
Yeah, it's not going to happen overnight. Like, I don't think people understand, like, with franchises, change doesn't happen overnight. Like, you got to remember, the same thing kind of happened with the Aces. They got them top draft picks, and then they had to go through, little bumps in the road. Then they had a coaching change. Then they added players from free agency. So it takes time to build a dynasty. Don't be a hater, Flicks.
I won't. Any other rookies you've been thinking of, though?
I gotta catch some more just because, like I said, I don't have the WNBA app. I don't have Ion, so, and I don't want to just talk about them based on highlights, if that makes sense. I want to actually see and give the people a good review, you know.
Gotcha. So, even speaking of rookies, Diana Taurasi had a lot to say about the rookies,
and she ain't said nothing wrong. And all y'all that got something to say about Diana Taurasi, I need y'all to Need y'all to get y'all hand out so I could give y'all a quick little pow pow, and then y'all owe her an apology.
The quick pow pow is hilarious.
Yeah, quick little pow pow.
So let's get into her comments. Really, what she was saying was that rookies have a hard time adjusting to the W, and half of the rookies don't even make it into the league.
Not even half. Not even half. A third of them made it. Made it on a roster, and out that third, half of them are going to actually play and make impact on minutes.
It'll take a lot. I think she was telling the truth. I think a lot of people didn't want to hear it because it was about Caitlin Clark at the time, and it was during the Final Four. But realistically, it seemed like that's the norm in the W.
It's not really the norm, but you have to be realistic. So I'm a realist here. I want you guys to think about this, okay? So for a lot of them girls, they played all the way to the end of March, right? Some of them played all the way till the first weekend of April. When was the draft? April 15th. That was 2 weeks after their last college game.
Pretty crazy.
And then 2 weeks after that, you got rookie camp. And then you have training camp. And then you probably have 2.5 weeks of training camp. And then you're actually playing a preseason game. A lot of them got to get that feel back in their legs. They got to get used to the intensity. Like every practice for them, a lot of those college girls is going to be like an NCAA tournament practice because it's intense, it's quick. You're learning different sets. You have to pick up a lot of stuff on the fly. So a lot of them already in college are probably just good because they're talented or they're more athletic than the people on the team. But in the W, you got to be talented, you got to be athletic, and you got to have the basketball smarts to see the floor.
I mean, I know I'm going to get got, but I'm going to get mine more than I get got, though.
Yeah, straight like that. So that's what I had to say about that. But she said nothing wrong. And the thing about the W is there's no haters. Like, all the girls support each other. And I don't know if you guys seen it, was a clip after the Fever game, and Caitlin Clark was getting words of encouragement from Aaliyah Boston. So, like, it's all love. Like, the girls want her to be great. They want all the rookies to be great, but it's just like, if I've been on a road before and I know there's a hole there, I'm not going to sit there and let this person walk in that hole. Like, I gotta
Just say something about it.
Yeah, like, I gotta be real. Like, hey, like, this walk isn't going to be easy. There's a hole here. There's a hole there. That's all that was. But in today's society, we got to have a villain. Cancel culture loves to cancel somebody. They love the troll, but when it's time to clap back, she the bully. And this is not just no regular WNBA player. This is the #1 scorer, all-time scorer in the W.
It's the GOAT.
Put some respect on it.
It's the GOAT.
And that's all I'm going to say on that, because how dare y'all? And then a lot of y'all's casual. Y'all just started watching basketball a year and a half ago. Stop it.
All right, she popped
Next topic.
Okay, so even speaking past her comments, what are expectations of Caitlin Clark? How many points per game do you expect? She just had 6 assists last game. What type of numbers do we expect out of her during this rookie campaign? Because she possibly could be the rookie of the year.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be realistic. I think a solid stat line average wise would be, I expect average wise like 10 to 12 points a game. About 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Just from what I've seen. And that's not a bad stat line. Because there's going to be some games where she's not going to be able to get a shot off. Or there's going to be some games where she's not going to have her legs under her, because I'm going to talk about it a little later. But, they was running her off a lot of screens, and she wasn't getting open because they were face guarding her. So all that running, and then it's like when it's time for you to shoot, like, you don't got as much legs. So
It makes it difficult, and especially she's going to be running point guard most of the year. I mean, I kind of expect it. Even though she's running with Erica Wheeler out there, it seems like she's so ball dominant that the ball has to go through her.
Yeah, like, I noticed that in the sets where it was like she's really ball dominant, but it makes sense though, because if you have her bringing the ball up and she passes it, and you have her immediately coming off a flare screen or some type of double screen action, it makes sense. But she has to get used to, for one, you're playing against bigger, faster, stronger defenders that could play that quick release, because her release is super quick.
It gets out. Yeah,
it gets out quick, but a lot of those girls can get there just as quick. So, honestly, I want to see her develop her own shot. Like, I want her to develop her own shot, kind of like how Diana Taurasi, not something like Diana Taurasi because that's different, but something like Sabrina Ionescu, because that's who I like from the live last month. That's who I kind of compared her game to, Sabrina Ionescu. The only difference between her and Sabrina Ionescu is that Sabrina Ionescu creates her own shot. That's the only difference that separates them. You know, she creates her own shot and she's more consistent with the level 4 three-point shooting. That's the only difference I see in those two.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of brought up. I thought she looked more like Klay Thompson. You brought up the Kyle Korver look.
Mm-hmm. That's how they need to do her, because I don't see it right now. Her being that effective at the point guard spot, just because of we might as well just talk about the highlights since we're kind of on it. But how DeJounte was guarding her.
She got locked up.
Cookies, I know.
Locked up by a role player.
But her role is what? Exactly.
That's a little bit.
She did what she was supposed to. Count my tag. I mean, it's been a minute. Damn. It's been a minute. Count my tag.
Well, damn.
It's been a minute. Count my tag. Cause I'm talking right now. I know I'm off the bench like Brady.
You know what the fuck you do.
And that's whoa, yeah, the double, a double. Bench like Brady. I'm pressing. Yeah. Oh my god, I like that double back. Yeah. So.
We'll get to the week 1 recap now.
Yeah, let's get into the recap.
A couple of scores. So the most recent score I got up here is the Liberty and the Fever, which was a bona fide mess.
Nothing new. Fever.
66.
It's nothing new. The Fever is still in the rebuild. Like Rome wasn't built overnight. I mean, I like the front office from the Fever though. Right. They have good experience, and the people in that front office know what it's like to win, and they know it's not going to be. They're not going to put it all on this one girl. Right. Because let's be real, I'm a realist. A lot of you casuals might just put it on one girl because y'all just started watching basketball, but it doesn't work like that. They're probably gonna. I feel like they have a slight chance of making the playoffs, but I highly doubt they will. But they'll probably get this next draft coming up. They're gonna get a top 5 pick for sure.
I mean, how many does it take though? Jesus.
What you mean?
If you told me that the Sparks had Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston on their team, I would be expecting them to make a playoff push.
No.
But because it was Indiana, we're just gonna.
No, it's not even.
Take a slow rebuild.
It's not even that. You got to think of it. How can I put this? You got to think of it kind of like the NBA, right? Like how the Sacramento Kings was getting these top high caliber athletes. Same thing with Cleveland. Like it takes time. Like just because it's the W and it's less teams, like. It's going to take time to build a dynasty. It's going to take time to build a franchise. The same thing happened with the Aces because they had Kelsey Plum, then they had Asia Wilson, and then they were hitting bumps in the road because they were making it to the postseason, but they just weren't making it to the finals. And then it was a coaching change. So it takes time to build a franchise. And that's that on that. That's what I said what I said. Okay?
I mean... I tend to fall back on Omar for stuff like this.
Okay, give me tag.
Suspicious. You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious.
You try to use the Aces against me, y'all. All right, so Morgan. I mean, we can go through the rest of the box score, right? So Leah Boston, 12 points. She was 5 for 15. Nalissa Smith was 2 for 6 with 5 points. And Caitlin Clark, of course, 9 points on 2 of 8 shooting, 1 of 7 from the 3-point line.
Of course.
4 free throws made. 7 rebounds, 6 assists.
Yeah, it's gonna take her time. She has to find her niche in the W.
Yeah, those are
like
numbers.
But you gotta think about it. In college, she was shooting. She had the green light. Like in the W, you're gonna have the green light, but you have to do what makes sense, or your stats gonna keep looking like that. Like she has to be more efficient in shot selection for me, in order for her to be in the Rookie of the Year. You know, in the Rookie of the Year.
Oh, she's in prove it. It's a prove it stage right now, huh?
Basically, you got to do what makes sense. Like, you got to, and I'm going to bring it back to last season. That's why Aaliyah Boston was Rookie of the Year. Remember how I talked about her field goal percentage was like in the high 60s? Mm-hmm. Right. And then she also expanded her game out. Like, her shot selection made sense. Caitlin Clark is still playing like she got an Iowa jersey on. Can't do that. And it's going to take time. Like, I'm not saying it's nothing wrong with that, but this is just something that's going to take time.
So even the day before then, We saw Chicago Sky. They lost to the Wings, 87-79.
Okay.
And we saw the Sparks lose to the Dream, 92-81.
Oh my God, I heard Ryan Howard was cooking. Cooking.
Let's take a look.
She had one little I seen one little move. She was cooking. Did a mixtape move. She had somebody on skates. I like Ryan Howard. And then shout out to Jordan Kennedy because she with the Dream now. I'm sad. I was sad to see her go for the Sparks, but I knew she was gonna go somewhere where she was gonna be valued because I knew like the Dream needed a real true point guard. So that's a good fit for her. I like that. Yeah. And she's back with her team. She's back with Naz Hillman, and they played together overseas in Australia, and they was handling business out there. So it made sense. I do too. Shout out to Naz Hillman. Go Blue.
Yeah. So Chicago Sky and the Wings.
Mm-hmm.
Tough matchup. But it's kind of odd. You see a lot of scoring from Chicago Sky and from the Dallas Wings.
Yeah, they got scores.
Chicago Sky had 5 people in double figures and still lost this game. But Marina Mabry, 19 points.
That's her team now.
It's her?
That's her team now. And then Dana Evans picking up a lot of the stuff too. And who else? The Shields, right?
Yeah, Evans went for 10 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Shields went for 14.
Yeah, so it's gonna be those
steals,
3.
2 rebounds.
I'm gonna rely on those 3 for the Sky. Those three are gonna go.
And then you still got Ezzy in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But those 3 though, those are the 3 that if they got to be in double figures every game.
And my girl is back in the league.
Who?
Kennedy Carter, aka Hollywood.
Oof.
She is
cold.
Back
she
in the
is
league.
so cold.
She's back in the league.
Let's
She's
go.
Back up right now for Dana Evans.
Yeah.
At Chicago Sky. So Chicago Sky actually have a pretty good team.
Yeah. We just got to see how it works.
Somehow they fell forward though. They lost their GM and their coach mid-season last year. Somehow their roster makeup was better.
But I like their head coach though. They got Teresa Witherspoon.
Right, that's a good pickup.
Yeah, great pick. That's a great pickup. Another WNBA legend and that head coach. Yeah.
Right. Then scrolling down
Great
to
pickup.
the Wings here. Natasha Howard did great with 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then McCowan also did great with 18. But Arika Gumawale.
Hooping.
25 points. 7 assists.
Yeah.
3 steals, 3 rebounds.
She's a hooper.
She played 38 minutes. What do we think for Arika? Will she make the push for this team at least to make at least the championship this year? Can't she?
Okay, this is a little early, but I'm gonna just say this right now. You already know she on my MVP watch list.
Right.
And that's that on that.
I feel like she'll live on there, and at some point, she
For
has to
sure.
just do.
She's for sure gonna live on there.
We'll see. It's gonna be tough, man. The Aces: Chelsea Gray, Rachel Wilson, Stewie's balling.
But this is nothing new. Alyssa Thomas.
Joe Lloyd still ain't got her just do yet.
And she was a scoring champion too. That's crazy. But
She hasn't got it yet, so it's kind of tough. You know, I think Arika could do it, but
no, she could for sure do it.
Players.
But she has to make that playoff run. I feel like if she gets over that playoff hump, making it past the first round, then it's gonna be some action.
Is this team good enough to do it though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They just have to do their part in the regular season because they were in that middle. Remember how they were in that middle last season and then they just ended up in a spot where they had to face the Aces. Like, I would rather them face the Aces to get to the finals instead of the first round, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Western Conference type vibes.
Yeah. But I expect a lot of good things from the Wings. Like, they did good against the Aces last year, but the Aces was just dominant. Like, there's nothing more you could really do. But I like the Wings for sure.
Super tough.
Mm-hmm.
Of the rest of the games, were there any games that really caught you? I mean, the preseason.
The first game caught my eye. The Sun versus the Fever. How you just gonna skip over the fact that Alyssa Thomas, the first game, had a triple double? Come on now, and then DeWanna Bonner, number 5 on the all-time scoring list. Now, can we get a bomb for that, please?
Yeah, shout out to DeWanna Bonner, what she's doing.
Hooping. Come on now. She might be in that top 3 by the end of the season. She might be in that top 3.
Could be, depending on what type of push they actually make. They've been depending on her to make a lot of buckets.
But the team goes around Bonner and Thomas, and then you got to remember it was around them too heavy because Jones was out. Remember, Jones was hurt last season. Right. So now Jones is back. They got some solid pieces in Dejanay too, like some role players. I'm excited to see how far they go. But for them, is they have to get over that hump. So I think pressure is on them to get over that hump. So everybody knows it. If we know it and we not in the locker room, they for sure know it in the locker room.
Well, it's got to be pressure. They're vets. It's a team full of vets. They haven't gotten over the hump since they lost their coach.
But
and it really seems like there's an issue, and either DeWanna Bonner just overcompensates it by having great scoring outputs, or simply put, this team has to change.
But they did change. The fact that they even made it that far with their first time head coach was enough. They had a whole new head coach. Remember?
But this team is talented.
They're super talented. But look who they playing. Like the East is pretty tough too. The East is pretty tough. It's them and the Liberty.
Facts. 2-man race, I'll say.
Yeah, and it's kind of like with the Liberty, like how we discussed before. Like they create a lot of matchup problems. And the Sun got to get over that hump of the matchup problem. If they figure out the matchup problem, they will be in the finals. I said what I said.
We'll see, buddy.
I said what I said.
We'll see. The Liberty over there laughing.
Not the Liberty over there laughing. You funny.
All right. So, moving on. That was most of our week 1 recap. We had some of the comments. Super early, though.
Yeah, it's super early.
Top six teams. We got it up here.
Okay. So, this is not in order.
All right.
This is not in order. Let's put that because I don't want people to be in the comments coming to me crazy because this is not in order.
Too low. And I don't see this.
Wow. So now it's your wings. What happened? I thought you was running the Aces Stands account. Okay.
I'm running a couple of Stands accounts at once now.
Okay. I'm telling. But no, hear me out. So we got the Aces, we got the Liberty, Dream, Sun. We got the Wings. Yeah.
It's not bad. I mean, Aces and Liberty, it seems like a given, but the Dream being this high feels weird, not gonna lie, because they always fall short. Like we said, the 2-man race in the East is between the Connecticut Sun and New York Liberty. We ain't say nothing about the Dream for a reason. When they get to the playoffs, they stink it up.
But no, the Dream made some good pickups this offseason. They needed a point guard. They did not have a point guard last year. They got Jordan Canada. Like, that means Ryan Howard could play off the ball and cook. So she'll have more shot attempts. That was a chess move by the Dream. I like it. And I said what I said. That's why they in there.
So that's going to take them over the hump, Jordan Canada.
Yeah, because they needed an experienced point guard, and Jordan Canada is an experienced point guard with rings to prove it. Mm-hmm. Plays offense and defense. You know how I feel about two-way players. Come on now.
Strong affinity towards them.
Let's make it make sense. Huh?
Right. Yeah, so you have a strong affinity towards them. So we have the Dream over the Sun, though. And then we have Chicago Sky in here.
Yeah.
Which it shouldn't be that surprising because of how talented they are. But they got the Wings somewhere in this top 6 mix.
Yes, but remember I said that is not in particular order.
No, right.
Like, we got to make that clear because I feel like the way you're saying it, you being messy. You being messy.
I was just going down the ladder that you created.
Okay, see, you being messy because that's what you created.
The Wings, right? They made that big win. They didn't even have Satu Sabally in that game.
I don't know why she didn't play that game. She might have been injured or I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't even look into that, but I noticed she wasn't suited.
Yeah, just going through that box score, I noticed the type of size that this the Wings, Dallas Wings that they have, that should be able to help against the Aces, right? When we're talking about like playing against the Aces team that you can pretty much rotate anybody to any position, and they almost play positionless basketball because they have Asia Wilson in there with Chelsea Gray and then Kelsey Plum. It's so much.
Yeah, it's a lot. Everybody. And Kia Stokes. Mm-hmm.
It kind of feels like this Wings team can match up with them at times. And like last year, even in the playoffs, like they got gassed at some points. But do you think they can stay with them for a whole game though?
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the difference then and now, I believe, was experience. Mm-hmm. The Dallas Wings, I think that was their first time making the playoffs. First time really making the playoffs. And it was like the Aces had the experience. Mm-hmm. Because they were there before. You know, so
been there quite a few times.
Exactly. So it's just, I think that was just experience because I can remember that last game where it was like getting close and it was like game situations, So the Dallas Wings can for sure keep up. That's why they're on that list. Like, I expect them to make the playoffs this season.
High expectations, but, they need them. I mean, essentially, we thought that the Mercury was going to be like a team out of the West. We kind of been, I would say the past 2 years, we've kind of been looking for a very good opponent for the Aces, and there hasn't been anybody step up to the plate. I think the Dallas Wings might be it, though.
Yeah, for sure, Dallas. It's for sure going to be Dallas. We were kind of talking about it earlier, but I'm excited to see what Seattle brings because they brought in a solid point guard in Skylar Diggins. They brought in some more post presence with NECA. Jewel Lloyd is off the ball. She doesn't have to run point. So, like, I'm excited to see how that goes. I'm really excited to see how that goes. So, that's one team that I'm going to have my eye on for sure.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? It's such a talented team, and like I said, they're not even at full capacity yet, so they're probably going to have a pretty good season, I think.
Yeah.
So any sleeper teams? We went through the top 6. Any sleeper teams before we get into these fits?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Oh, Minnesota.
Say, damn, nobody.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me
Nobody
not be
got a
cold.
chance.
Let me not be
good.
cold. I'm sorry. Honestly,
Yeah.
Minnesota Lynx because of Nafisha Collier. Like,
She's like that. I mean,
like, that would be the only reason for Minnesota. Like, everybody, like, right now it's just like she sets the tone for that team. Like, and she gets better every year, in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she's in MVP conversation too. Like, I think that would be the sleeper for like MVP conversations.
she gives buckets.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she'll be the sleeper for like that MVP conversation because people done forgot. Like, she's one of them dominant forwards. So, like I said, we gonna see how that go. But I expect a lot from her. I always expect great things from her. It's just, is the team gonna match her energy?
Yes, that's been like the past couple of years.
Yeah, that's been the whole dilemma. So, but I feel like they have a few pieces there too that'll help her. I believe Courtney Williams is with the Lynx now, so a couple of other pieces. Yeah, it's a couple pieces over there with her. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, so let's get into these fits. First,
Let's see.
we got the Aces.
Okay,
The GOAT.
let me see.
New shoes, new everything.
That's how you pull up to get a championship ring.
Putting up in the hills.
That's how you
Showing
pull
legs.
up
We showing hella thigh.
in the leather
Like dumb thigh.
with the shades. Okay, so we gonna have a tally. How many times I say this? 10s across the board. 10s across the board. Come on.
Nah, she came to play for real. So
That's how you go to pick up your championship ring. 10s across the board.
All right, another ace.
Let's see. Oh yeah,
The all
Sid.
denim fit.
Sid put it on.
Not gonna lie, she ain't missing a while.
Yeah, she hasn't missed. Like, she's for sure one of the sleepers. She should have been on my all drip team last season. I get at an 8.
Strong 8.
A strong 8.
It's a great fit.
It's a fire fit. I just give it a strong 8.
Great fit. All right, now we got another fit from the Phoenix Mercury.
Kalia Copper, she be putting it on.
It kind of hurts that she's on the Mercury now.
I know. That's why I didn't want. I don't want to talk about that yet. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel yet.
I kind of sparks to that. All right, but the fit though.
It's just it's giving Miss Cool. Like Miss Cool, the shades, the color.
The whole thing, huh?
That's Miss Cool for real. That's Miss Cool for real.
She had some pretty good fits last year.
And it's chill and it's like light for opening day. I give it a 9.
Here we go. Cameron Brink out here, the it girl of Los Angeles now. She's showing hella legs. She got the thigh high.
And her draft fit went crazy.
It's probably the best draft fit.
Okay, damn it, you're gonna do it again. 10s across the board. Give me a 10 for Brink. 10s across the board. Drop a bot of that.
Big shout outs to Cameron Brink. She's been balling on and off the court, man.
Man, like I said before last season, and I stamped it. Stop hiring these Instagram models. Fashion Week people, I need to see these girls on the runway. I need to. It's going to hit different, I'm telling you. Wait.
At this rate, Cameron Brink's popularity in LA, man. She's going to be hanging out with the Kardashians pretty soon.
Speaking of that, she's one of the partners for Skims. And how about before the game, she gifted all her teammates some Skims. Shout out to Kimberly. Shout out to Sidebar. Shout out to Kimberly. Like, y'all can hate them Kardashians all y'all want to. I love them. Shout out to Kimberly. Kimberly be playing chess with the marketing.
No, that's fire.
Y'all can't make me hate them. I'm sorry, y'all
So
can't.
the link has already occurred, apparently.
What happened?
Skims and Brink and everything in the Kardashians.
Oh, it's a couple of them.
happened.
It's a couple of them that made the campaign. So it was Brink, Skylar Diggins, Kelsey Plum, Candace Parker, and I feel like it was another one. It's another one it's just not coming up. But it's a couple of them that were on the main campaign. That was dope. Oh, and Dejanay. They was all on the main campaign for Skims, but the WNBA Skims, that's the official underwear of the WNBA. I gotta give me some Skims.
Hello.
Shout out to Kimberly.
So we got more Sparks players. With the Hollywood Gold. I ain't gonna lie, this jacket is.
Oh, Ray Burrell
pretty crazy.
she be putting it on too. She puts it on. Like she's one of the sleepers when it comes to the fits. I like the blue. I like it. It's chill. It's chill. I give it an 8.5.
8.5, not bad.
A strong 8.5 though, not just a regular
The
8.5.
jacket
Strong.
to me though really puts her up.
Yeah.
There we go. To go.
The swag champ, the drip champ, all first team, Money Mo, all drip team.
She won it all last year.
Yeah, she's starting off. She not missing. It's giving lumberjack.
She came out swinging.
The swagged out lumberjack.
She came out swinging. I mean, I like it. It's super
I
dope.
love it.
It's a Texas ass fit.
Yeah.
Is she from Texas also?
I don't know. I gotta do my research on that. I gotta do my
She
research.
for sure been styling down there in Dallas though. You gotta love it. All right, so who is this?
Kalani Brown, Dallas Wings center.
The center. She's 6'9", looking like this.
Yeah. She's 6'8". Yeah,
What?
6'8". Yeah. I like it. I like a cute casual fit. It's casual. I like it with the black middle part bust down. Fire.
Nah, she going crazy, man. Shout out to
I get
Dallas.
that at 8.
All right, we going to Dallas.
We taking a trip to Dallas to see a Wings game.
The hoopers and the hoops. And the fits. You
Oh, yeah.
This is just too crazy, man. Big shout out to them. So is that all our fits for this week? Yes, all our fits.
Oh my god, I thought I posted a couple of sleepers in there, but they're not on there. But
We'll do it next episode. No problem.
wait, I tried to get Kelsey Plum's fit was fire. I just couldn't find like a full picture of it, but her fit was fire for open one. She was showing a little bit of skin,
Oh, no,
chest.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
She kind of did the Chelsea Gray thing, but like different though.
Yeah, it was more tasteful because it was put together. Yeah.
Chelsea Gray just did that herself for sure. But let's check out Kelsey Plum's outfit. She was showing a little cleavage, but it was kind of like cleavage, but not like, you know what I mean?
It was tasteful. Like it was
Very
more of
tasteful.
like it was more like put together. Like she had
There
the
you go.
tape and everything on there, and everything was still.
Yeah, they can see it. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice leather vest.
And you know I love a good pair of shades. I'm sorry again, 10s across the board.
Yeah, good jewelry.
10s across the board.
She did it. The shades for show to set it off.
That's how you go and pick up your championship ring. That's how you go. That's how you walk through the tunnel.
Pretty fire. So those are our WNBA fits for week 1. We went through Rookie Impact, talked a little about Caitlin Clark, well, a lot about her. And then we also talked about Deanna Taurasi and her comments, the GOAT.
Yeah.
Will they be true or will they won't be? And then we talked about a week 1 recap. So looking at week 2, we got a couple big games coming up. If you're watching, it should already be out. The game should be on right now. Go tap in. Simone, what we got?
We have the Fever versus the Liberty at, I believe,
A rematch.
yeah,
Hello.
at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
You
And
can
then,
see Caitlin Clark versus Sabrina Ionescu.
yep. So that's at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And then the Sparks and the Aces play at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So, yeah.
Sparks and Aces. I mean, both games won't be pretty. Young teams versus older team, you know. But
And they're both on ABC, you guys. So I'm telling y'all about these games so y'all could watch them, and then we could keep these views consistent because this is gonna be a great season. And I feel like a lot of the Olympic seasons are great because you're gonna see this is like a taste of, you know, it's just gonna be exciting. I just like Olympic years. That's just my opinion. But
it's gonna mean a lot. I mean, even speaking about Olympics, Caitlin Clark gonna put her bid in to make the Olympic squad.
no comment.
Is she gonna do it like
No comment.
Tyrese Halliburton did and be the youngest player on the squad?
She got invited to the trials, so like we'll see how that go. But no, I don't know. But I know for the WNBA All-Star game, they're gonna have like Team USA versus the WNBA All-Stars, so that's gonna be exciting. So that's how so Team USA is gonna you're gonna actually get a taste of what Team USA is gonna look like
So
during the All-Star game.
Like all the young kids or something? Or who's
No, so like
aren't they the same people?
say it's you know how they had like Team USA like Olympic trials?
Mhm.
So it's gonna be the people that made the Team USA team versus I don't know how they're gonna pick the
Whoever's
other
left.
team. Not whoever's left because they can only take so many for the Olympic team, you know? So it'll be exciting to see.
We'll see how it shakes out.
Yeah, I think it'll be exciting.
That's what we got as upcoming, guys.
But I have one more thing to say.
Do you think?
We don't get to catch all the fits. So if y'all see some fits like, oh, this is fire, like she need to be on the fit, the fit section, send us the photos. Can you put the is the Instagram up there so people can send it?
I'll put it in the bio.
Yeah, so the Instagram's on the bio. Make sure y'all send us them fits because it's so many of them. They all be putting it on. I don't have all them eyes to see everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta help me out. But man, it feels good to be back. Like, vacation was good, but I'm back now. I'm back. Feels good to be back. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all like the video. Y'all subscribe to the channel. Share this content. See, it's been a minute since I've been here. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. It's season 2 of Triple M's. You know what I'm saying? And we out.